Hello everyone, it's me again, the Southern African World Bicycle Rider. Today I'm at the old Springbok Park in Bloemfontein, the Test Cricket Ground, one of South Africa's Test Cricket Grounds, now called Chevrolet Park, is that right?
Yeah.
With me I have, please introduce yourself my man.
PJ van Biljon from the Chevrolet Knights.
PJ van Biljon from the Chevrolet Knights. PJ, give us a bit about your role here at the Knights.
Okay, this is probably my second season, I'd say full season at the Knights.
Okay.
I'm a middle order batsman. Yeah, and that's about it, no bowling for me. So,
Okay,
yeah.
middle order batsman for the Knights.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What I'd like to start off by asking you now that I know, sorry, I didn't know, this is a snap interview, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
But what I always love to ask, cricket, it's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Give us your earliest memory of the game.
Earliest memory, probably 8 years old, first year at school, starting off with a little mini cricket bat,
Yes.
15 kids on the field, playing a bit there. My dad giving me throwdowns before the time, softball cricket, no shoes on,
Yes.
so that's probably the earliest memory, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, mate. 8 years old, that's an early start into cricket. Did you know it was for you from then?
No, actually, I played a lot of sport in primary school: rugby, cricket, tennis, hockey. I played everything.
Yes.
When I got to high school, I had to choose between hockey and rugby, so I
Okay.
chose hockey to fill my cricket bit
All
better.
right.
So
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Oh, so then pretty much from high school you knew.
I knew cricket or
Yeah,
hockey.
cricket
yeah.
or hockey. Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. No, that's. And tell me, give us your first memory of the team you were with here in Bloemfontein, the Chevrolet Knights.
My first memory, I had to come to Free State first, which
Yes.
is part of the Knights.
Yes.
First memory, I arrived here that first week and they had an injury.
Okay.
I was expecting to play for Free State, and all of a sudden I was next in line to play for the Knights because the Free State team was away.
Okay.
So I was in the change room there with Morne van Wyk
Yes.
and Boeta Dippenaar and
Okay.
all the big guys and
Yes.
stuff. So very nervous.
Yes.
First memory, luckily now the injury got through, so I didn't
Yes.
have to get onto the field. So.
Yeah, no shame. We were speaking about that. Is it an unusual injury? Share with us what's unfortunately hampering you at the moment.
It's very unusual. I mean, the long flight, combined
Yes.
with a bit of dehydration and stuff like that. I developed a DVT in my calf, so they say minimum 12 weeks on warfarin and medication and stuff to get
Wow.
me clear. So until that's clear, I'll
Yes.
be just training no
Yeah.
cricket. Yeah.
Wow, and tell me how, that's obviously, we chatted about it earlier, you're with Leicester in the United Kingdom, playing
I played for a club in Leicester. Yes.
Played for a club in
Yes,
Leicester.
so it was my second year with them there.
Okay.
I had to come back now.
Yes.
Obviously halfway through the season, having only played one game.
Yes.
And then obviously they said another 6 weeks out, so my franchise, the Knights, recalled me to come do my recovery further, so I'm ready in
Okay.
September when our season starts.
Okay, well, we know our competition, the T20.
Yeah.
Let's speak
Ram
about
Slam.
the Ram Slam T20. When I began this cricket part of my journey, it was in Australia. They got the Big Bash
Yeah,
T20.
massive, yeah.
It is a massive competition. That's what I wanted to ask you. You, of course, the IPL, which is the one when you've got a bit of free time that you
Yeah.
like to watch.
I actually like to watch a bit of both because
Yes.
both attract the international
Yes.
stars and there's a lot of money involved.
Absolutely,
In both.
yes.
I think the Big Bash is a little bit more not homegrown, but the conditions are similar to what we play in. So
Yes.
the scores are more or less similar. India, they've got ridiculous
Yes.
scores. They get 220,
Yes.
230 often.
Okay.
Where in Australia, the pitches and their fields are a little bigger, a little
Yes.
more difficult to score
Yes.
that many runs. So
Yes.
I'd say Big Bash is a little bit more interesting for me because
Okay.
you can match, yourself,
Yes.
see what scores are being
Yes.
placed and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and tell me here at the Knights, what's your biggest highlight? Obviously your debut, but
Yeah.
have you gone on to win some silverware with the Knights?
I've won silverware with the Free State team
Okay.
in the last 2 years. The Knights, we finished second last year in the 4-day competition.
Okay.
So, but my highlight definitely was my first game for the Knights for the 4. I made 100 in my first game, so at Newlands, which
Yes.
is probably the best ground, one of the best
Yes.
grounds in the world. So that was so far my career
Yes.
highlight. Yeah.
No, awesome. Not too much more of your time. Share with me your aspirations. What is there for you down the line in terms of your career as a professional? What's your goals? What are you striving for?
Well, firstly, I'd like to settle for the season. So short-term
Yes.
goal, make sure I'm ready for the season, have a good season.
Yes.
Cement my place
Yes.
in the team, and then look to move on probably the year after South Africa A.
Okay.
And then once you get into South African A team,
Yes.
you have a couple of good games, couple of good seasons,
Yes.
all of a sudden you're next in line to play for the
For the
Proteas.
Proteas.
So, but I definitely say, a solid place in the franchise team, and then
Yes.
you're looking to move on to SAA first. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. It's been so great getting to chat a bit about cricket again, and what I'd just like to carry on and ask you is, just off the top of your head, who would be the greatest player of all time for you?
For me, greatest player of all time, I don't have a lot of doubts about this. I
Yes.
think Jock Ellis is the greatest player of
Jock
all time.
Ellis.
I mean, he batted, he bowled, he's
Yes.
a great fielder. He basically carried the South African team
Yes.
for 10 years,
Yes.
where all the other greats, had other great players around them. So,
Okay.
in my opinion, Ellis, best player in the world of
Yes.
all time. He had the most toughest batting conditions in the world to play
Yes.
at. So, in South Africa,
Yes.
so definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Just back to our T20 competition to close. I grew up in Durban. The Dolphins on my side. We're champions. First time the Dolphins won silverware in 12 years.
Yeah.
It was lovely to come back to them not only winning the T20 competition, but also qualifying for the Champions League,
that's massive.
which is pretty big, and not just in terms of money, but in terms of the status for,
Yeah,
we'd never
exposure.
played that. Yeah, exactly. What I want to ask you is, can the Dolphins go back to back? I know T20 is unpredictable.
Yeah,
Can
I
they
think,
do it?
I think in South Africa, definitely they've got the team to go back
Yes.
to back. It is unpredictable, but they've got a very good structure there at the moment. Their system is in place. They've got good senior players followed by some youth who
Yes.
are very good. So I'd say, start of the season, they'll be one of the favourites to win it again.
Yeah.
Champions League, I think, if their big players can come off, and depends obviously the conditions they play in, they will be definitely right up there in the top 4 or 5 teams, I reckon.
Well, that'll be very interesting to see if they can. I really appreciate the chat with you.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, now I've got the long haul down from Bloemfontein here, the old Springbok